The Sims 4 has had its fair share of downs and downs, not very many ups, and when it does go up, normally it's only very slightly, maybe about a 15-degree angle, kind of like a partial erection. But The Sims 4 Crystal Creations looks like it could actually be a little bit more than a partial erection. Could this finally be the first pack that we've had in ages which feels like a full hard erection? Every single time a brand new Sims 4 pack gets announced, there's always some kind of controversy, but with Crystal Creations, there hasn't actually been a controversy. A lot of people have said, based on the trailer, myself included, the build mode in Creative Sim kind of feels like an update to Realm of Magic. I actually really like the Sims 4 Realm of Magic, but it has had a lot of criticism for not really coming with that much gameplay, and I could definitely see something like this actually working in Realm of Magic. So when I see people leaving comments like this looks like a Realm of Magic refresh, I 100% agree, because that is what it feels like. The Sims 4 has been out for so many years now. I think it's almost impossible for them to actually make anything that looks unique. I know not everybody owns every single pack, so like maybe it's not that deep, but still I think it's important to point out, you know, when I did my review of the Sims 4 Horse Ranch, I actually scored the build mode stuff very, very highly, but in my review, I gave a very strong disclaimer that actually we've seen pretty much all of this build mode stuff before in other packs. Although the difference here is, I feel like the kind of people who want to play with the Crystal Creations stuff pack are the kind of people who also play with Realm of Magic. So in that sense, you might say that it does feel like a refresh. Although I wouldn't say the gameplay is like magical. It basically is, because it's basically like witchcraft with gems, and Realm of Magic is witchcraft, but I do feel like it's slightly different. Obviously, we're going to have to wait and see until it actually comes out in a couple of days. One thing that I always look for when it comes to build mode stuff and Creative Sim mode stuff is, can you actually build an entire house with this aesthetic or just one room? It's like when the Castle Estate kit came out, like, yeah, you can build like the exterior of a castle, but what on earth are you going to do with the interior? You can't really build one. I feel like, in my opinion, if a pack requires other packs to actually be fun, then it's not a good pack in my opinion. But I genuinely feel like Crystal Creations might actually be really fun without any other packs installed. Gems in the Sims 4 have been such a weird thing that it's been in the base game since forever, but let's be honest, barely any of us actually play with it. Like, maybe when you first got the game, you'd mine all the gems and you'd sell them for simoleons, but you wouldn't actually do anything with them. I am actually genuinely glad that we've got something that you could do with them which actually feels quite purposeful, and it seems like all of the gems actually have some gameplay consequences. The Sims team actually gave some information about this on Twitter. They've said Jade will bring your sim good luck as it increases their chances of finding other crystals. Moonstone in game has lots of effects on occults and helps to banish the board mootlet faster. Going into more detail, probably from an account that I blocked. Yes, I do block all of you on Twitter. Because you're all chronically online and annoying. Yes, you are. Apparently, Werewolf's Furry has ×2 decay and Rampage 5 times decay. Mage is 0 times failure if uncharged, or 0.5 times if overcharged. Vampires have slower thirst decay, which I think is pretty cool. Amber will bring your sim sunny weather. Does that mean if you like wear it, then it will be sunny outside? Like, are we seeing crosspack play with seasons? It doesn't make much sense, but that's quite interesting. Amethyst allows you to recharge your energy 1.25 times faster while sleeping. To be fair, I feel like that would be really annoying, because you know, like when you send your Sims to sleep but they wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning wide awake, and it's like very annoying. I don't think I'll be using Amethyst. Turquoise will increase your Sims charisma gains. Apparently Ruby will have no chances for bad woohoo outcomes. I don't think I've ever even had a bad woohoo. I don't know. I mean, maybe in real life I have. But not in The Sims. I feel like they should have also made Ruby, I don't know if they've done it, I feel like they should have made it so it's like there's more chance of conceiving twins or triplets or something. Apparently Hematite will make your Sims immortal while it's equipped, which is pretty OP, except from having old age. So it won't stop your Sims aging, but it will stop them from dying in fires or drowning and things like that. To be fair, that actually sounds really useful, because I can't stand it when my Sims die all the time. Apparently Sapphire will increase your Sims focus levels. Although I'm curious that they say it again with Amber sounds like sunny weather in your game. What about if you don't own the seasons pack? What I'm really hoping for is that not all of the cool effects are tied to packs. Obviously it's really good when they have cross pack play, but if you don't own seasons, then like what are you going to do with Amber? Do you know what I mean? We do seem to have some more interesting ones, like Jet can summon the Grim Reaper at will, which is quite cool. Topaz, you gain creativity skills faster. I am definitely really glad that it's not just moodlet changes. If all of the crystals, like if all they did was change your Sims mood, then no, I would not be buying this pack. But the fact that it does other good things, it just makes me feel a bit happier. I told you guys before when I reacted to the trailer, these shoes, these are not it. They're not it. Tell me these are it right now, you liar. It's giving, you know, the kitchen knife earrings that came with the My First Home Chef Hustle pack. It's kind of giving that vibe. Also, guys, another thing I want to discuss is gifting a custom engagement ring. So I didn't know this, but apparently when your Sims get engaged, like a random engagement ring just appears on their hand. Like I had no idea this feature existed. Like I genuinely had no idea. So now you can finally customize them, apparently. Not that I've ever even noticed before. I feel like it's a man thing anyway, not to really notice those kinds of things. I am a little bit skeptical in terms of, are these new jewelry pieces actually going to feel meaningful in gameplay? I'm also really hoping there's cross-pack play with Get to Work where you can create a jewelry store, and yes, I am testing it all properly. So the SatchOnSims reviews always have cross-pack play. I always focus on performance issues, and I'm always brutally honest, and I always get called a sexist, racist, transphobic, homophobic Nazi every time I post a review because I make the chronically online Sims community mad. I'm so excited for it. But the thing I am even more excited for is this pack. I genuinely feel like it has a lot going for it. Like the last Sims 4 stuff pack, Home Chef Hustle, I actually thought that was a really great Sims 4 stuff pack. Granted, it did feel a lot like recycled gameplay because we already had the market stall before. We basically just got a couple new ways to cook. But I genuinely believe this stuff pack might actually come with a good amount of gameplay. It certainly won't be as good and in-depth as a pack like Paranormal Stuff. That is objectively the best value for money Sims 4 pack. It is the best stuff pack. Nothing will ever top that, just like nothing or nobody will ever be topping me. But I feel like Crystal Creations could come second to the top, kind of like a versatile top. I had a look at a lot of your guys' comments on the video and they seem mostly very, very positive, which is very rare for a Sims official YouTube video comment section. Although I am seeing a lot of comments that say things like, I appreciate that you release more packs, but please fix the bugs. Actually, a lot of the bugs from the previous Sims 4 stuff pack, Home Chef Hustle, haven't been fixed yet. And that pack was released, I can't remember, I feel like it was last year. Obviously, Foren is still extremely broken. Basically, most Sims 4 packs are extremely broken and they haven't really made efforts to fix them yet, or they haven't really offered much transparency in terms of timeframes and things. They've said they're going to fix a few of the bug issues with Forent, but they haven't really addressed the majority of them. I'm always skeptical when a brand new Sims 4 pack gets released because they always overhype it, loads of people buy it, then it turns out to be trash. EA don't bother fixing it, they just abandon it, like they abandon everything with The Sims 4, they don't really seem to care. And then they just move on to the next pack and then everybody eats it up and then they complain again and it's a cycle again and again and again. It's always been this way ever since The Sims 4's release. So the traditional saying is something like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But with The Sims, it's like, if it's not broken, keep it broken. I feel like I could have worded that better. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Like, I think The Sims team, they've got the saying wrong. But EA seem to have interpreted that as, if it is broken, don't fix it. Why fix something that's broken when you could just continue selling more broken things and people buy it anyway? So we're not going to bother. So I'm going into Crystal Creations assuming that it's going to be broken, but it is a very small gameplay thing, which has me believe that maybe it might not be totally broken. Maybe it will only be a little bit broken on release. Wouldn't that be a miracle if it was only just like 20% broken? So I do actually have have high hopes for this pack. You guys let me know what you think. I'll be doing my review, as I said before, after the release. It's a post-release review with giving an overview of everything. And you know, my reviews are not sponsored, so that's why my reviews often come out later. But I'm excited to review it for you when the pack finally comes out on the 29th of February. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.